Opinionated and now caffeinated. Wake Up Warchant is fueled by DeLuna Coffee. Come explore our world of coffee. Founded in 2014 by the Lemmix family, Ed, Courtney, and their son, Brett, DeLuna Coffee is Florida State through and through. The pursuit of the perfect blend of coffee beans is a 365-day effort for the family, but they'll always find time to tailgate for their Noles in the autumn. Stand at attention for their red, white, and brew. In honor of armed forces, the Army, Navy, Air Force, Marines, and Coast Guard, DeLuna has created this fair trade organic blend. Enjoy this premium French roast coffee and salute to the good old USA. Use the promo code WARCHANT15 for a 15% discount. Visit DeLunaCoffee.com and check out their Facebook and Instagram.
From Tally to Cali,
it's time
to wake up.
Wake up! Wake up! Warchant.com is your ultimate Seminole sports source.
And this is Wake Up Warchant, fueled by DeLuna Coffee.
Coffee's for closers only.
Now here's Warchant.com's Aslan Hajavandi
and Corey Clark.
Wake up! What's up, everybody? It's Wake Up Warchant, fueled by DeLuna Coffee. DeLunaCoffee.com. Come explore our world of coffee. Shout out Josh Hazlip. I used to know a guy that played football named Hazelwood, and our coach was Hayslip. He's like a hybrid of these two things, Corey. He says, Aslan, the Fat Albert blend by DeLuna Coffee is named after the support plane that is part of the Blue Angels. It's a C-130 Hercules, and the plane itself is named Fat Albert. So that's why the coffee's got it says Blue Angels, Fat Albert, but there's a Blue Angels blend, but then there's the Fat Albert. They got everything you want. DeLunaCoffee.com. Corey, how are you, man?
I'm good, man. I don't know a lot about the Blue Angels. I know they do tricks and stuff, but
Same.
I wonder what the support plane does.
Yeah.
Like, is it just out there in case something bad happens, or is it flying it can't be flying the planes everywhere. The planes do that, right? So I wonder what the support part of that is.
Yeah, there's
like to refuel, maybe?
I think so. It's really nice. I mean, again, Fat Albert Blue Angels, it's literally licensed by the U.S. Department of the Navy. If you buy the DeLuna Coffee, the Blue Angels, and the Fat Albert, it literally has a hologram from like the DOD on it. It's incredible.
Nice.
But the artwork does show it in the foreground with some of those Blue Angels in the back. Yeah, I would think fuel. So they're fueled by DeLuna. So Corey is fueled by 87 octane gasoline. He's joining us on the road because he grinds, even in May. What are we doing, Corey? It's May. Relax, but we're here grinding. Tell the people what you're doing.
We are grinding, buddy. You know, I'm driving back to the great city of Tallahassee after a weekend up here watching my son play baseball. Stephanie came up, got to see a couple games. She was thrilled. She loves 12-year-old baseball. It's her favorite thing in the world, especially when they win the first game to mean that they have to play the latest game possible on Sunday before we can head back. But we are heading back. Should be in around 1 a.m. So, again, she's fired up about that. And they lost. So you stay around all day to play a championship game where they lose. And Brady struck out in his last at-bat. So what are you going to do, man? We move on. We move on. We go to new tournaments. We accomplish new things.
Did he bring some hardware back?
I mean, they got a ring, like a silver second-place ring.
Okay.
Yeah. But we threw that into the trash.
All right.
The Clarks... It was funny, though. Like, they pose for pictures after they make it to the – usually when they win a championship, they pose for pictures. Well, they were out there, Brady's team. I didn't even realize it. Things up. And I looked at Shanna, and I was like, do you not want to take a picture? And she goes, yeah, we don't take pictures for not championships. That's how the Clarks roll. That's how the Clarks roll.
Mama Bear laying down. All right, our reception is not all that strong, so let's knock off the funny business and get to the meat and bones of the program here. Good, strong weekend for the Noles in lots of sports. Baseball takes another series. I think that's their 5th straight series victory this season. Yeah, they're on a tear here, but they're still not going to host because that's how things roll. Softball fell in the ACC tournament. Check out warchant.com for their seeding and where they're going in the softball tournament. That's happening after we record the show.
Didn't softball have like something crazy, like a 25-game tournament? Like, I think they'd won like the last 6 ACC tournaments, something like that.
That sounds about right. That would involve me having to do research, which I'm not really all that
Sorry, so I didn't know if you knew that off the top of your head. You normally do.
Yeah, right. That's not my account. What is my account? Football! Dude, I am so happy that Kelvin Benjamin is not only alive, his whereabouts are confirmed, he is now gainfully employed by the National Football League with the New York Football Giants. This is incredible, Corey. I want to talk about a couple things with this. First off, there's a lot of backhanded compliments going on over on Warchant.com's Travel Council. I'm not digging it. I'm not digging it at all. Lots of, with KB, it's always been, can he stay in shape? I hope he's responsible now and can take accountability and keep himself in shape. He's his own worst enemy. I hope there's not a Popeyes close to where he's going to be living up in New York City. Man, imagine if he actually cared about the way he just do we remember what this guy did for us? Like we talk about him like he's one of these 5 stars that showed up and did nothing. This guy would have helped win a national title. I mean, it was instrumental in winning a national title. You folks will see when we do a live show here coming up. I got a little bit of redecoration going on in the new house. I've got my full artwork. I've got the score sheet. I've got 2 photos of me and my buddy outside the Rose Bowl before. I got me and Mercedes Mike and his father inside the Rose Bowl after the victory, the ticket, and then the cover of Sports Illustrated. Kelvin Benjamin climbing the ladder, winning a national title, and people got jokes. What's wrong with people, Corey? Can we just enjoy something good for one of our guys?
Yes. But, we're right. But it's, he did kind of, I don't want to say he ate himself out of the league, but he got so big he couldn't be a dependable wide receiver. But that said, it is cool. Like, usually when that happens, it's a wrap. Like, the guy's career's over. Like, he goes on and does other things. Hopefully he saved his money and did good things with it. But it's good to see him, like, he's only 30. He's not 40. It's good to see him, like, usually when that happens and you kind of you get out of shape and you're out of the league, it doesn't come back. So for him to come back and give it a try, we'll see if he sticks and makes the team. Tight end is probably a better position for him. That's cool. And yeah, he wasn't just instrumental in helping win the national title. He didn't just help them win the national title. He caught the game winner with 8 seconds left or whatever it was. He's an all-time Florida State Seminole.
You get some immunity from me. I complain about a lot of stuff, but there's some people I'm not going to touch. He's untouchable in my book, pretty much. Whatever his health. I mean, come on, like, show some respect, people. It's crazy. The second part of this whole thing is this weird, really weird aspect of social media on Twitter when it comes to pro football, namely the NFL, where, people were up in arms about people being up in arms about the other guy in the state of Florida who's come back after a layoff, a little bit of a longer layoff, trying to play tight end, position he never played. There's only little apples to, pears comparison, Kelvin Benjamin playing wide receiver to transferring to tight end.
Did you say that because you say Kelvin is pear-shaped?
Oh.
I thought you weren't going to take shots, Aslan.
Oh. A lot of people were a little bit miffed about Tim Tebow getting a shot in Jacksonville, which, whatever, man. It doesn't bother me that much. It's comical almost to a point. But then a lot of people came out the woodwork on Sunday, Corey, talking about, well, hey, I want to see if all you talking heads are gonna give it to this dude too. Like, he never played tight end. He's been out of the league. Are you guys going to complain too, or is it just a Tebow thing? Is it because he's a devout Christian? Is that what it's? And it's like, oh my gosh, here we go. Can we agree? Even though we're a Florida State show, we can sometimes be a little bit subjective here, and it's completely different, the Tim Tebow situation versus Kelvin Benjamin. Kelvin Benjamin caught a pass, I think, 2 years ago in the NFL. Tim Tebow maybe caught a pass during the whole Tebow mania back in 10, 11, whatever it was. Man, these are different situations. If I had to bet, I think I'm being objective. If I had to bet, I think Kelvin Benjamin probably has a better shot of working out a tight end than Tim Tebow.
Yeah, yes, absolutely. Kelvin Benjamin has caught passes in the NFL. Tebow's is more, it reeks of desperation. Like, you have to talk about me. I have to be a part of a team. If I'm not on an athletic team, I don't know what I'm going to do with my life. So that's why I'll go play baseball when I can't be a quarterback. Now baseball is clearly not my sport. It was a joke that he played as much as he did in a minor league system, but he did. And now he's like, okay, well, the Mets don't want me anymore. I guess I got to go try football again. Like, the Globe, he could try out for the Globetrotters. He'll always win. But it reeks more of desperation. Kelvin Benjamin be a genuine tight end in this league. He's big enough, and he caught over 1,000 yards receiving. Like, he had 1,000 yards. I think he was still at Florida State when Tebow last played in the NFL. Like, that's how long ago it was that Tebow played in the NFL. Benjamin was still at Florida State. So, no, I don't think they're comparable at all.
Okay. That's what had me in a little bit of a tizzy. Let's be nice to Kelvin, everybody. This is great. And candy for Noles. Maybe we can get that autograph for you. Let's contact the Meadowlands or MetLife Stadium, whatever it is. I'll do it. I'll reach out to New York Giants PR. Like, hey, man, can I send an invite or an autograph to this guy? See if he'll fulfill it for me. This is really incredible. Again, man, even Ian Rappaport pointed out in his tweet, this doesn't happen. You know, they bring in guys for tryouts. Like, what was it, Austin Droogsma, the track and field guy, shot put dude?
Yep.
It seemed like a pretty enticing, athlete. Maybe we can see if he can play football. I think Brock Lesnar was, a rookie, but this is before he was a wrestler. I mean, this was him just, being a big dude, being a collegiate wrestler. But to have a guy that's been out of the league come back in, I think it's the Giants, man. The Giants aren't the strongest team of late. I'm stoked, man. Again, because so much of what is like ruined Sundays for me, because I love the NFL, not as much as college, but I love the NFL, has been the relative disappointment of the Noles in 2013 in the pros. I mean, I think Timmy's vested, Darby's vested, PJ's vested, so I probably shouldn't be as critical as I'm being, but like the fact that Jameis, it's really all Jameis. Like if Jameis and Kelvin, if one of those guys would have gone on to be a perennial Pro Bowl or at least made the playoffs a few times, would have made Saturdays, would have made looking forward to Sundays after these losses the last few years a little bit more palatable. But Drew Brees is handing off the torch to Jameis. Kelvin's got a job. We back, Corey. We back.
2013's back again. All right, I like it. I think the thing with Benjamin, too, when it comes to Florida State fans, is he came in heavy in 11. He didn't get to contribute at all. Rashad Green's out there catching, 700 yards worth of passes, and Kelvin Benjamin couldn't get on the field because he was too heavy. And then in 12, he sort of, was okay. He made some plays. And then 13, he got in the best shape of his life and was incredible. Played himself into a first-round pick, especially the second half of the season was incredible. Played himself into a first-round pick, and then had a great rookie year, got hurt, and then it was like, okay, those demons came back up where he had a hard time staying in shape. So Florida State fans have a, not a checkered past with his body size, but they know what that's like. And again, they can give him all the grief they want and make Popeyes jokes, but the guy is now trying to be a football player again. He did not just eat his way out of the league and say, you know what, I'm going to kick my feet up and be 400 pounds for the rest of my life or 300 pounds for the rest of my life. He wants to go try to make it again, man. It's a really cool story, especially if he sticks and becomes a player.
Man, 73 passes for 1,008 yards and 9 touchdowns as a rookie. Blows out his ACL preseason 15. Comes back the next season 16. 63 catches, 941 yards, 7 touchdowns. And then he had 600. He almost had 700 yards his first year in Buffalo, 3 touchdowns. Who knows who's throwing him the ball in Buffalo?
Right.
So I still got faith in him. I got all my stock in Kelvin Benjamin, dusting it up. My Dogecoin. I'm getting ready, man. We're going to profit. Also getting ready to profit. I don't have a lot of insight on this stuff, Corey, but it definitely is worth spotlighting. Florida State going for, what would it be, their third? Would it be our third national title in women's soccer? Taking on Santa Clara.
Correct.
11th seeded Santa Clara. They come into the game 10-1. That's today. They're playing Monday. Florida State 13-0-2 this season. So this will be the second meeting between these two teams. They're the Broncos. They met back in 2001. Santa Clara won, but hey, that was before Mark Krikorian was here. So softball maybe, losing a little bit of the luster, at least when it comes to the ACC tournament, but the soccer team still going strong, man. And I don't know. We're going to have to talk about our Zaxby's indescribably good player of the week later on. Is it going to be a repeat? I don't want to spoil it, Corey, but Christina Roque, she good.
Yeah, those were a couple of clutch saves. Once the first girl missed, it's like those Virginia players were like, they were pretty tentative with those shots, and she like swatted them like Mutombo. Like, get that out of here, which is what you just don't see that at that level. But she's certainly in the running, let's say that. And yeah, again, we've talked about that soccer team and that soccer program, but I don't know how much they talk about it on the broadcast, but they legitimately lost their best player after the season. After the season where they won the ACC championship, they lost their best player, who was one of the best in the country, to go. She signed a pro contract because, in fairness to her, she didn't even know if there was going to be a soccer season And why wait around for a season that might not come? Why wait around for maybe 3 games or however many matches they might have played? So, for them to be doing this, to be 1 win away from, in my opinion, back-to-back. I already gave them the 2020 championship. So for them to roll through the 2021 tournament as well, man, it just speaks volumes to what he's built there. You want to know the definition of a culture and a program? That's that soccer program. They don't care. They don't care. Oh, she signed pro? That's all right. We got another great one right in the wings. That's just what it is.
With a win, Florida State would become the 4th program to win at least 3 NCAA soccer championships. They'll be in a 3-way tie for second place with Notre Dame and Stanford. We're all trying to catch up to North Carolina. They got some distance with 21. So it'll be 5:30 p.m. ESPN2 live. So tune on in for that one. Hopefully they can bring back some hardware. And I don't know, maybe I'll go back out. They'll probably have a celebration for them again at the Champions Club, which was fabulous 2 years ago. I was there. I'll go back. I'll do it again. And this also gives us valuable, what is it, Capital One standings, or it's Capital One Cup? That's a big deal around here, right?
Yeah, and Aslan, more points for the Directors' Cup was from the FSU women's tennis team. They beat A&M on Sunday to qualify to earn a berth in the Elite Eight. I don't know if they have Elite Eights in college tennis. I don't know if that's what they call it. They might qualify. Corey Clark calls it the Elite Eight. The FSU women are in the Elite Eight, I think for the second time in the last 3 or 4 years, and we'll be playing number 2 Texas in the next round. So congratulations to Jennifer Hyde.
That's right. This is their second time making it to what they're calling the quarterfinals, but what we call the Elite Eight around these parts. Yeah, they took down 10th seeded A&M 4-2. So I think that's technically an upset. No, Florida State's 7th seeded, but nonetheless, suck at A&M. You probably have a lot more money to invest in your program, so deal with it.
The clutch shot, the biggest hits. It's time for the Zaxby's indescribably good
Player of the Week.
All right, you heard the music. It is time for the Zaxby's indescribably good player of the week. Without further ado, Corey, is Ms. Roque going to go 2 for 2 back-to-back? First time ever in franchise history here on the show.
No, not this week, buddy. I'm sorry. I'm going to save it for next week when she's a national champion goalkeeper. I didn't want to do it 3 weeks in a row, so I'm giving her a break. And I'm going to go with Petra Huell from the women's tennis team. I say it with confidence because I'm 72% sure that's how you pronounce that. Petra Huell won her 9th match in a row, and it was the deciding match, Aslan, to beat Texas A&M. And the thing is, she lost the first set, 7-6 in a tiebreak. You know what she did? Old Petra didn't feel bad for herself. Old Petra went out and smashed the next 2 sets, 6-2, 6-1. She also won the doubles point. So she is my indescribably good player of the week for Florida State. Helps them advance to the Elite Eight of the national tournament.
The Zaxby's indescribably good player of the week. She's a redshirt sophomore from Adelaide, Australia. She's from Australia.
Nice.
Australia. For me, I'm just going to go with my boy KB to come back from the sofa. All the odds. Everybody making fun of you. Who knows what he was up to? Gets up off the sofa, gets in shape, starts eating eggs raw like Rocky. Redemption story. I mean, who knows if he's going to make the roster on opening day. But way to come back, Kelvin. We missed you, man. He is my Zaxby's indescribably good player of the week. All right. Baseball. Clemson. We beat them 5 times in a row. That's pretty cool until Saturday. But, nonetheless, got back off the mat Sunday. Victorious. Meat got the gate. Second time of the season. I think second time of his career. I think he was well behaved last year in the first 16 or however many games it was. Right. But Parker Messick went on Sunday. He had some sort of back issue, back strain. He threw a couple bullpen sessions. They said he felt good, but they just want to be really extra cautious. So they bumped up Bryce Huppert to Friday, Connor Grady Saturday, and then Parker came in. Not a good start. Neither did Connor Grady have a good start on Saturday, but they found a way to be victorious, and they had some contributions. Maybe Nico Baldor. If Nico Baldor, Dylan Simmons got some of that Tim Becker flowing through their blood, which I did ask Meade after the game. It just seems like great teams. I mean, not great teams, but teams that get hot, teams that go to Omaha and make things happen in May and June in college baseball usually have a guy or two, whether it's in the lineup or coming out of the bullpen, that, kind of comes on strong late. And hopefully a guy like Dylan Simmons, who had a pretty good series, Nico, who's now strung together 2 good series, can help them out because Meat talked about just they need to lengthen the lineup. Again, we kind of like the first 4 guys in the order, although, Robbie's struggling, and now Matt Nelson's starting to feel a little bit of that Corey Clark curse kind of hang on his shoulders. Started reading his own clippings and things like that. But again, man, Clemson, they're run-of-the-mill ACC team this year, but nonetheless, again, their 5th straight series win. Trying to feel good, Corey. I'm trying to feel good. What did you take away from the weekend set?
To lose on Saturday like they did, even with a grand slam. I wonder what their record is when they hit a grand slam, because I feel like they're 0-4. Right. So they hit a grand slam. Cabell hits the grand slam. They lose. Anyway, the pitching is not good. To come back and win, man, that says a lot about that. And again, Matt Nelson, for the 2nd series in a row, did not hit at all, really. And he's your best hitter and has been your best hitter all year. And for him not to really come up and have any big hits for you, and you still come back and win like you did on Sunday, maybe they are lengthening the lineup. I know, Davis Hare had a big hit. Logan Lane's been hit all. Yeah, big pinch hit. Meat pushing some buttons, man. And so that's a good win, because it would have been a bad series loss to come back after beating Notre Dame and then lose to, like you said, a pedestrian Clemson team. But this ACC is so mushed together. All these teams are very even. And so, win it, stack up some wins. And they still, even though they're not going to be a host, they still have a chance to be a 1 seed. And if they're a 1 seed, they're not going to be in Gainesville. So they still have something to play for, even though they won't be able to be a host. They could be a number 1 seed in somebody else's park. But good win. Sunday was I think, one of their best wins of the year because of how it started.
Yes, absolutely. Clemson put a 4 spot up in the 1st inning. And again, and Parker was out there on the bump. I don't know if it was one of those things where it's Sunday. Think about it, because if you're Mr. Friday night, it's usually cool out. And then you got you got the Sunday golds on you, and everything feels a little bit different if you're Parker. But he got a hold of himself, figured it all out. He still had 10 Ks over 6 innings of work, scattered over these. He scattered 5 runs. Actually, you can't really say scattered when it was like 4, and then 1 into 6. I guess that's technically that would be scattering the runs.
Yeah, but he only gave up the 1 after the 1st inning, and right. he pitched 6 innings even after a terrible start. He pitched 6 innings and gave the bullpen a little bit of a break. It's as much as he could make out of an outing when he gives up 4 in the 1st. He's awesome, man. Yes. He's one of the better pitchers they've had since I've been covering them. He's just a competitor. Dare I say he's a bulldog?
Yeah, he's a bulldog.
He's a bulldog.
That's right.
But he's such a competitor, man. And and again, just a solid series win. I think that would automatically that has to put them in the tournament. Now it's just about seeding and where they're going to be. They got one more series at NC State next weekend, and then the ACC tournament, and then postseason. Well, NCAA postseason play officially begins. Yeah, so they got to feel okay to score those kind of runs when Nelson hasn't given you anything, because Nelson's not going to be like this too much longer. And when he starts hitting again, maybe they'll actually become a pretty good offensive team.
Yeah, man. 12 hits on Sunday. 7, 8, 9 comprised 5 of those. So nearly half of your production came from. Yeah, Jackson Green, shout out.
Jackson Green, right?
Great defensive plays too. That's he mentioned Devin Travis and somebody else that was playing baseball at Florida State, I think, before I was born, just in terms of not having that kind of steadying defensive presence since a guy like Devin Travis. So shout out Jordan Travis's older brother. Nander's swinging good too. So they got NC State up in Raleigh. That was the home finale. So that's a wrap for them.
Yeah.
And also shout out Jack Anderson, man. He just comes in and just gets 6 outs. He's like the 6-out closer. It's crazy how that happens.
So he might be. I've been thinking about that. Hubbard's been really good as the number 2 starter. Really good. They didn't know. He didn't even start the season as the starter. I think Montgomery was in the rotation, right? But
Correct.
Hubbard was a guy they just kind of found in one of those early games. Like, he pitched great out of the pen, and they immediately made him a starter. He's been great. So, but Jack Anderson has been. Messick's been the best one, but Jack Anderson has been vital. Like that guy's just been nails pretty much the whole season. Whether he's pitching just 1 inning or 3 innings, he's been a great find for them out of the bullpen.
I'm trying to say, I know. I think Jeff Cameron used to joke about Billy Strode. Like, not that Jack Anderson kind of has the same stuff, although Meat was just talking about how he can just throw so many different pitches for strikes. But like, is Billy Strode the last guy that we felt when the door swung open? It's like, all right, everything's going to be okay. Probably a little too early to say that about Jack Anderson, but it does feel like, they haven't had like a true closer, or at least a finisher. I mean, I guess that's maybe what we would call Jack, because he went 2 innings on Friday night and got 6 outs. So, and he did it again. I mean, can you think of has anyone else filled that kind of role for them before? Or, since
not that I'm sure there has been. Again, people are probably screaming at the pot, but no, Billy Strode seems like the last one where it felt like this is an automatic. He was just filthy, and he, this guy, he's just been again. I don't know how much meat was expected from him when the season began. I'm sure a lot, but I know the name really, honestly, and now he's become one of the better pitchers in the conference, and certainly. Other than Messick and Hubbard, but even still, like Messick only affects one game. Hubbard only affects one game. But Anderson can help you win 2 games every weekend with what he's giving you out of the bullpen. They haven't had somebody like that, it seems, in a while. Yeah. A guy that you're like, okay, he's going to pitch Friday, he's going to pitch Sunday, and he's going to lock down the 8 and 9 innings for us, or 7, 8, and 9. What a weapon he's been out of the pen. And now I just jinxed him. So Jack, sorry. I'm sorry. NC State is about to light you the F up, and it's my fault. I apologize. Don't even hurt. Don't blame yourself. It's Corey Clark that did it to you.
Isn't that what Cameron would do? Like Cameron would make fun of Billy Strode like before games, like before series, because like Billy Strode just go out there and just be aces, just shut the door on folks. So maybe that's what we just did there, Jack. You redeemed it. Yeah, Jack, you're a bum. Come on, figure it out. You're on scholarship. You got like what 0.8% of your scholarships taken care of. Come on, man, deliver for us once.
Right, yeah. Earn those books, man. Yeah. Earn those books.
HelloFresh.com, America's #1 meal kit, everybody, offers 25-plus recipes to choose from each week. 25 different recipes. So there's something for everybody to enjoy. Even your guy, they're batting 1,000 with me. I'm the pickiest eater, but everything they send, delicious. Like, truly. I mean, they're paying me, but still. How about millions, though, Corey? 4 million, actually. HelloFresh has been named Newsweek's most trusted meal kit company of 2021 with over 4 million households served, including Corey and his chauffeur, Stephanie. She's a trooper. She also cooks for you every now and then. What did she make the other night for you that stood out, Corey, from the HelloFresh thing?
Well, it wasn't for me. It was for her daughter. Look, HelloFresh is, you're right, it's 100%. Couscous bowl is what she said, and I know that her daughter told her it was the best meal she'd ever had. Like literally, that was like the word she said. And then the very next night, she cooked another HelloFresh meal and got the exact same description from her daughter again. Best meal I've ever had. So that was 2 in a row. HelloFresh just knocks it out of the park, man. Have you had a bad one?
I have not. That's why I said they bat 1,000. If I had a bad one, they wouldn't be batting 1,000, would they, Corey? You never pay attention to what I say.
Sorry, my bad. I don't. I'm just waiting for you to stop talking. That's right. That's a good point. So they're batting 1,000 with both of us. My household, Stephanie's household, your household. You can't go wrong, man. You can't go wrong.
Lots of different palates too. You got you and Brady, me, the single dude.
Right.
You got Steph and her daughter. So everybody is getting what they want from HelloFresh. Head to HelloFresh.com/wakeup12. Use the promo code WakeUp12. You'll get 12 free meals, including the shipping, free. HelloFresh.com, America's #1 meal kit. All right, let's wrap this up. We got 2 questions that were stuck at the bottom of the mailbag that I forgot to get to last week for Renegade Express. We'll fire that back up later on this week over on Warchant.com's Tribal Council. We might even have a live show coming back to your airwaves, so do stay tuned with that. I feel a little bit more prepared for it now.
Will I be able to just come over to your house and do a live show?
You could, but I think it's better when we're separate. But yeah, if you want, you can. Yeah.
I just want to be near you.
I know.
I just want to be near. I want to smell. I haven't been around you in so long. I miss your musk.
Pheromones and everything. Yeah, but the house still isn't totally up. I don't know if I want to have Corey Clark. I mean, come on, I can't have you see my place in this.
Fair.
In this disrepair. But I'm hoping by football season, this place everything's going to be good. We'll have the kitchen renovation hopefully done, and this place it'll be a happy little home. But nonetheless, Spartan Noles 71, aka Ralph. Aloha, guys. How's it? Try to do you, Ralph, but I couldn't. Says, Miss Ingrid and I are blessed and wish the entire Warchant Ohana blessings as well. Remembering back to 1989, Charlie Ward was our starting punter and had numbers on par with our punters of era past. Do you recall any other time a star player was noteworthy in an alternative role? I'm thinking Hines Ward when he quarterbacked for Georgia, but was his year considered a noteworthy year? As always, mahalo for all you do. Go Warchant. Hoorah!
I will say there's nothing more random than Charlie Ward being a punter, like the starting punter for a top 5 team. Now, he wasn't great. I think he averaged 40 yards. But every now and again, he would boom one 50-something yards, and it's like, that's not right. Like, that's not right. He would have killed Andy Reid in that punt, pass, and kick competition. The image, you've seen that image of Andy Reid as a 12-year-old, and he looks like he's
spelled his name wrong. They spelled it R-I-E-D on the
Chiron. And he's a grown man. He's as big then as he is now, around a bunch of 12-year-olds. Charlie Ward would have destroyed him. But it just is amazing that a Heisman winner, but 4 years before he won the Heisman, and then 5 years before he was a first-round pick in another sport, was also the punter. I mean, that's just crazy. And they didn't do. I think they ran one fake punt the whole season. How crazy is that? With Charlie Ward, it should have always been like a punt-run option. But I think they only tried one fake punt the whole season. But no, off the top of my head, I can't think of anything more random from any school really than a big name like Charlie Ward being a starter at another position like that, and then like being not forgotten. But he didn't start again until 92. So 90 and 91, he was just a backup quarterback. He wasn't the punter then. He just punted for 1 year. They recruited over him. He was okay, nothing special. They got better punters. And then he just was a backup quarterback. And then all of a sudden he pops up again, and you're like, oh, wait, he's the best player in the country. The former punter? Yeah.
Would Charlie Ward have transferred? Would he have been the transfer portal if it was a thing? Brian.
Oh, of course, man. He would have been mad that he wasn't punting anymore. What are you guys doing? Did you see that 46-yarder I had against Miami? Let me punt.
Oh, man. All right, so at the most, distilling it down, his question again, Ralph, do you recall any other time a star player was noteworthy in an alternative role? I mean, if we're talking about we have to be talking about the same sport. Man, especially football. I don't know, like Charles Woodson, I mean, that was like what, 1 game or 2 games? Like he had a good punt return.
Yeah, and I don't think Hines Ward counts because he was playing quarterback. He went from receiver to quarterback out of need, but quarterback's still a big position. I was thinking like, and people remember those games.
Was the guy from Stanford? Toby Gerhardt? Did he play? I feel like somebody played both ways, not too long ago. I wasn't Toby Gerhardt. I don't know. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I don't think Toby Gerhardt would do. I was going to say Buster Posey's last year. He was also the closer.
Okay.
Does that count?
Yeah. Yeah, that's significantly.
Right.
Yeah. No, I like that.
Okay. All right.
Gosh, there was somebody. I got to find this. I'll try to find it one of these days. But yeah, again, I mean, I think you just said it so well, pointing out all the crazy happenstance parts of Charlie Ward's career. It's incredible. Like that timeline.
Yeah.
5 years from punter to first-round NBA draft pick. Just hearing
with
that.
The Heisman.
Yeah, not even the middle. Not even the middle. Just the sandwich. Just the bread. Not the meat of the sandwich. Just the bread. You're a punter. You're a first-round NBA draft pick. And then in the middle, all this other stuff. Incredible. All right, last one, Gator188. He's also known as Gator Kirk. Wake up! Lots of Noles action coming up very soon. What is in the future? Golf championship or an NCAA championship for John Pock? Tennis championship or an ACC baseball championship? What do you believe will happen? Go Noles. There's nothing I can care less about probably than an ACC tournament in baseball. Sorry, guys.
It's funny you say that. No, but that's true because like Florida State, I think I couldn't even tell you, but I feel like in the 2010s, like they won a bunch, and I couldn't tell you anything about any of them. Really, I don't remember any of them, and neither does anybody else. Because as soon as they lose in the NCAA, they're like, "Yep, can't win in June." It's like, well, they just won an ACC championship. Nobody cares. Literally, nobody cares unless it gets you into the tournament. But they're already in the tournament. I think it's the golf's here, man, and they're playing this week, starting tomorrow or starting today. Actually, they're hosting the regional at the Seminole golf course.
Seminole Legacy.
Seminole Legacy. Sorry. Obviously, it was designed by Nick O'Leary's granddad, and yeah. So that's so I think maybe there's going to be some symmetry, some synergy here, and Trey might finally get that national championship. First, you got to win this week. It's 3 rounds starting Monday. the top 5 of the 14 teams that are invited, the top 5 finishing teams, they move on to the national championships the following week. But it starts now. Hopefully they'll have a good showing in advance.
Are you going to go out to Seminole Legacy Golf Course and take a stroll and watch? I think our own
I definitely
Austin
am.
is going to be out there. All right. Look at you.
I definitely am on Wednesday. I want to go see Pac play. Like, again, college golf is awesome, folks, because these be on the tour. Like, you could go stand 7 feet from Ricky Fowler or Brooks Koepka and, like, watch them play. Like, it's not like there's this huge gallery where you're trying to you can't see anything. It's nine rows deep. You're literally right there when they're hitting. It's really cool, man. It's really cool to see that kind of greatness from these incredible college golfers that will be on the tour one day, to say that you watched them play around when they were in college.
Yeah, here in Tallahassee.
And you were right there.
I like how his name is John Pock. Second time you refer to him, you just call him Pock. Sounds like we're talking about the deceased Tupac. I'm trying to think now of headlines if he wins a national title, like "All Eyes on Me," if he wins by 2 shots, if he wins by 2 shots, like Tupac, first time winner.
Okay.
I don't know.
All right.
We're brainstorming. We're workshopping it at one point. I do remember they won the ACC. Back to baseball real quick. They won it all in 18, and then that's the year that they lost to Mississippi State on that walk off. When they lost to Samford in the regional, and then Drew Parrish, which I was all about. I'm fine. 11. I'll defend you until my last breath. I would have trotted back out there too, but it didn't work out. But nonetheless, we persevered. All right, that's a wrap on the show. Maybe not as long as you were hoping for on a Monday, but we performed admirably, I think. Corey did very well being in a car. Shout out to Corey and Stephanie for transporting our very beloved Corey Clark back to Tallahassee and doing a show after, driving all over the place to watch your son play 12-year-old travel baseball. We'll be back with 3 more
shout
shows.
out to Aslan. Shout out to you, buddy, for editing together, because the people don't know the behind-the-scenes nightmare it is when my connection would cut out and cut back in. So you've done a stellar job. You deserve a raise.
You don't even know. You don't even know how I'm doing this, Corey. I might even do good this time around. But nonetheless, I think I've said that 4 times, which means we should probably wrap up the show. I'm doing that right now. We'll do 3 more of these this week. Stay connected to warchant.com. Again, 5:30 ESPN2, Florida State going for their 3rd soccer national championship. Golf is going on. Lots to do and talk about over on warchant.com, your ultimate Seminole sports source. Thanks so much for listening to Wake Up Warchant, fueled by DeLuna Coffee. Come explore our world of coffee. DeLuna Coffee features over 24 different blends. DeLuna's unique roasts can be delivered ground finely for drip coffee makers, coarse for the craft crowd, untouched as a whole bean, or even in convenient K-Cups. Founded in 2014 by the Lemmix family, Ed and Brett are FSU alums and boosters who are extending a special offer to all listeners. Use the promo code WARCHANT15 for a 15% discount. Visit DeLunaCoffee.com and check out their Facebook and Instagram.